So I hear this saying a lot. Any day on a cruise ship is better than any day at work, or any day on a cruise ship is better than any day on land. Well, I'm calling BS. That cannot always be true. And to prove the point, I have a story for you today where I think if I was these people, I would have been much happier at work or much happier on land. We're going to talk about an expensive cruise ruined. We're going to talk about a Christmas cruise nightmare. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to La Lido Loca. I am your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your ho face. That's right. I've done the calculations. Today is December the 24th, 2023, and that means it's Christmas Eve. This is the day that we all go to sleep at 6 p.m. so that we can wake up at 4 a.m. and get everybody in the house up and make sure that we can open our presents up super early so that we can play with our Atari 2600 and the new Pitfall cartridge that came out. Look, Christmas is about a lot. It's certainly about family. It's certainly about gift giving. We'd have to be in denial to say that it's not, but it's also about a miraculous remembrance of something special. So whatever reason you celebrate the holidays, even if you celebrate another holiday, it's that special time of the year. I hope everybody is rip-roaring and ready to go for Christmas tomorrow. But that's not the story I want to talk about today. I got to talk about this family that kind of got done dirty. This ain't right. That is what I'm saying in my head over and over. And before I tell you about what happened to this family that laid down $6,000 to go on a fantastical Christmas cruise, before I tell you about that, I want to put this in your mind. If you were the leadership over at Carnival Cruise Line and you were presented with the situation that we're about to be presented with, would not it have been better just to cancel these people's cruise? That's what I want you to think about when you hear this story. Which is better, to go through what these folks have been going through or to have your cruise cancel? Johnny, roll the film. I don't know who Johnny is. Roll the tape.
A soaked suite has cruisers sloshing around on wet carpet in a smelly room for nearly a week. Take a look at this here. The Mardi Gras ship is on its way back to port right now, and that family says they can't wait to get off.
Yeah, last weekend's storm sent water pouring into some of the rooms, and one couple is now paying the price. Fox 35's Esther Bauer has been helping them get their money back and breaks down the dilemma.
The Kula family couldn't wait to leave Port Canaveral and cruise before Christmas. Now they just want it to be over. They're frustrated after being stuck in a wet suite for nearly 7 days.
If they can put a roller coaster on a cruise ship, they should be able to seal the doors properly from rain entering.
This is what Scott Kula's been dealing with in his suite on board Carnival's Mardi Gras ship. Soaked wet carpet seeping out from under his shoes.
A total disaster.
We met up with Scott on day 6 of his cruise. He says the floors were wet on day 1.
It started out just kind of like a musty, dirty smell. And then it's progressed to just a really bad mold smell almost.
On top of that, loud blowers trying to dry out the floors have been blaring for hours on end.
They're still having the blowers in there, 8 to 10 hours a day, just blowing constantly. You can't hear anything. You can't spend any time in the room. And it's just very, very frustrating on our end.
Scott says they asked about moving to a new room on day 1, but that didn't happen. The upgraded suite cost them around $6,000, and they even paid to rent this cabana to get away from their room.
Just got back in the room.
In a statement sent to Fox 35, Carnival apologized for the inconvenience and says, "We had a small number of staterooms on Mardi Gras that were impacted by heavy winds and rain. The ship is full for the holiday season, and we do not have any available staterooms or suites to move guests." Scott is frustrated because he says he just wants a refund for the suite he spent thousands of dollars on. Carnival offered them onboard credit, but with 1 day left on the cruise,
I find that very disturbing.
This ain't right, y'all. This is not right. You put somebody in a cruise cabin on day one that had standing water. Are you for real? Look, I know there's no other cabins available. That's the big thing. Everything was sold out. So you make the decision to put the family in standing water. The room's already got a smell. Like, if standing water stays for a while, then you get the mold spores. None of this is good. None of this is good. And where's the shop vacs? I think cleaning up water 101 involves some shop vacs. And I didn't hear a darn toot about shop vacs in this story. Could you imagine day one, you come to your $6,000 cabin, you've got standing water, there's no shop vacuuming going on, and they're running those bouncy house blowers, and they're running them for 8 to 10 hours a day. They're running them on day one, day two, day three, day four. And finally, if you've reached out to the news at some point going, I don't think this is right. Hey, Carnival, I'm in a big old room of water. What are you going to do for it? Oh, we're going to give you some onboard credit. Are you kidding me? A little OBC so that you can get a steakhouse selection and you're standing in mold water. I don't think the mold's been verified. Don't let me put that out there into the universe. But they're saying by day 6, the room's got a funk to it. That's the beginning of mold. Look, things happen. You can't be dismissive of the fact that we had this freakish weather the week before this cruise. You can't be dismissive of the fact that sometimes things leak, but you do have some ownership of this idea of whether or not you're going to put a family in a waterlogged cabin for a whole week on day one. For me, my opinion, if I was that family, I would have rather them called me or me showing up at the cruise port and saying, hey, look, freak accident, but in your $6,000 cabin, there's standing water and we don't know if we can get it dried up. I'm sorry, we're going to have to cancel your cruise. We're going to give you a full refund. We're going to help you get home. If you need to stay here in Port Canaveral, maybe we can do something for you. That seems like the appropriate thing to do, or say something crazy like, we think it's safe in there. And look, we're going to give you your $6,000 back and you're going to get a free cruise. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know, but I don't think the answer is putting a family in a cabin that's got standing water and running the blowers during the whole cruise. That's just me. But for Carnival's part, later in that report, it did say that they will be working with that family to come up with an appropriate compensation for this cruise nightmare. But wow, Merry Christmas to you, I guess. Look, the exciting thing is they're off their cruise. It ended yesterday, and hopefully they're back home to have a wonderful Christmas. But I would be bummed out if that cabin looked nice. I wish all cruise cabins were that size. 6,000 bones. Get yourself a waterlogged cabin, and you get the blowers all week. Those blowers are loud. I've been in a flooded cabin. Those blowers are loud. What do you think? If you were king for a day, if you were the leadership at Carnival, how would you have handled this on the front end? Leave a comment below. Look, all joking aside, what a crazy, wonderful year it's been for myself, for the lovely Jenny B, and really thank you guys for all the love and support that you show us. We hope the exchange is fair. We hope that you guys enjoy what we're putting out there, and we hope that you get some smiles and some chuckles and some entertainment and some good information about cruising. That's what we try to do. That's what we're going to continue to do, and we're very thankful for you guys. Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the year and a happy new year. And make sure you go to bed early tonight so Santa Claus can come. This is Tony for La Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Bye. Cruise news.